These things, it would appear that you are getting slightly thin on top.
Coincidências.
I hadn't noticed.
This bottle is for our visitors. Personally, I prefer the sherry.
Mano, qual é a chance da gente ter pego a mola daquela caneta e ter usado depois, né? Tá, vamos observá-lo.
This man is tired.
Ih, perdeu. Olha, ele tá morto. Círculos negros. Por barbear. Roupas amarrotadas.
Donald is short of sleep. And it looks as if he didn't even bother to undress before going to bed.
Tá, vamos falar com ele agora.
Mr. Poirot, I don't know why I'm here.
Ser impaciente com a indecisão dele, tranquilizá-lo sobre o fato de que será escutado, acusado de ser culpado.
You wanted to talk, and you came to find the only man capable of hearing you.
Mr. Poirot, since Betty's death, I've doubts about myself. I don't know what to do. And I keep having a horrible dream 3 nights in a row.
Mencionar que não é escritório de psicanálise, ser impaciente e encorajá-la a continuar.
Have a drink, and tell me about this dream.
E a chuva não ajuda, vixi. Tá. Agora ele vai explicar as coisas.
It's always the same.
O sonho dele, no caso.
Betty. I grab her round the throat, and I squeeze, and squeeze until she's dead. Her head falls back, and I see that it's no longer Betty. It's Megan's face.
Ué.
Have you seen Megan Barnard recently?
Yes, our grief has brought us together. I never really knew her before. She's really quite a remarkable girl. But I would never tell her about my dream.
Why not? Is it her you are attacking in your dream?
No, it's Betty. And once Betty is dead, it's Megan's face that appears in its place.
Very interesting. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Vamos lá. Como o sonho de Donald deveria ser interpretado? Quando ele tá sonhando que tá matando a Betty. Que sonho doido. Os dois assassinatos foram premeditados e cometidos pela mesma pessoa. Era muito apaixonado por Betty. Era um homem violento. Não mata Megan em seu sonho. Está cansado. Sente culpado por matar Betty. Donald gosta muito de Megan. Tá, ele tá cansado, apaixonado por Betty? Não. Mano, como assim? Se sente culpado por matar Betty? Não foi ele que matou? Só no sonho, no caso, né? Gosta muito de ver. Não mata Megan. Gosta muito de Megan. Está cansado. Esse aqui. Era apaixonado por Betty. Donald está começando a apaixonar-se por Megan e sente-se culpado por deixar Betty.
Mr. Fraser, I think that the real meaning of this dream is that you are in love with Megan Barnard.
Please go on. Do.
This dream certainly betrays your guilt.
Oh.
But what do you feel guilty about? Having killed your fiancé? Possible. Or forgetting her very quickly for her sister? Certainly. And this forgetting is perceived as a second death.
So you don't really think I was the one who killed Betty?
I do not exclude this theory. I am simply saying that I do not need to know that fact to explain your dream and your guilt.
Thank you for being frank, Mr. Poirot. You've helped me a great deal. I'm going back to Bexhill. I'll not take any more of your time up.
It is late, Mr. Fraser, and you are tired.
I'll sleep on the train. I like trains. It's easy to sleep
Eu gosto de
by the sound
trens.
of the wheels.
Isso foi um pouquinho suspeito,
He
mas...
seems completely lost.
Well, women seem to like him. I think Megan will take care of him. Oh, I remember. Did you order the product I needed?
Yes, we'll be receiving it tomorrow.
Bien, it is late, and I asked Miss Grey to come tomorrow morning. I have a few questions I wish to ask her.
Ok.
Mademoiselle, I asked you here in order to answer a very important question.
Lembra que ela não viu ninguém no dia do assassinato? Acusá-la de ter mentido, acusá-la de cúmplice do assassinato.
Am I right in thinking you said that you did not speak to anyone on the day Sir Carmichael was murdered?
It's the absolute truth.
Yet, Lady Clark maintained that she saw you talking to a stranger on the front doorstep.
Really? She must have been mistaken. Oh, I remember now. I'd forgotten all about it, but it wasn't important. It was just a salesman. One of those traders who sell stockings from door to door.
Can you describe him to me?
Medium size.
Óculos.
Glasses. Dark suit and a felt hat.
O chapéu a gente não sabe.
Not the sort of man you notice. Completely harmless. That's why I forgot all about him.
E daí bate com a descrição do
He was very
Alexander.
hesitant and shy. Usually door-to-door salesmen are very confident. But he wasn't.
Falar que ela mentiu sobre sair de Churston, mentir que é algo suspeito ela partir, perguntar se ela pediu demissão por vontade própria.
You did not leave Churston willingly, I believe.
I don't wish to lie. Lady Clark did not appreciate my presence. And Franklin cannot go against the wishes of a sick lady. He is a good man, and he worries a great deal about his sister-in-law.
I noticed that you left some personal belongings behind at Churston.
Perguntar se ela coletará os objetos, dizer que os objetos apresentavam risco, se ela voltará a Churston.
Are you planning on returning to Churston?
Who knows what the future holds?
Bien. I must ask you one last question. Please reply frankly with either yes or no. If Lady Clark had died, would you have agreed to marry Sir Carmichael if he'd asked you?
How dare you ask such a question? Sir Carmichael treated me just like his daughter. And all that I ever felt him was affection and
traduzir errado.
gratitude, nothing else.
Como minha irmã, só que ela falou daughter.
I will not keep you any longer.
Daughter seria filha.
I met Thora Grey on the stairs. Her cheeks were ablaze, and she appeared to be deeply hurt. Poirot, have you offended the poor girl again? Do you have good reasons for accusing her?
I accused her of nothing, Hastings. I simply asked her an important question she did not answer. Let us see if we can answer it for her. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Ok, vamos responder mais uma pergunta. Thora se casaria com Sir Carmichael se estivesse vivo? Tá. Thora gosta de Franklin. Sedutora. Ficou atrás para ter um caso com Sir Carmichael? Não. Não. Evasiva em relação ao relacionamento com Sir Carmichael. Acho que Thora... Ó, Sir Carmichael acha a Thora encantada. E caramba, lá vamos nós aqui ficar travado na pergunta. Vou ter que usar a dica mesmo? Daqui é a primeira. Eu nem tava considerando muito. Pronto, finalmente. Thora queria casar-se e certamente teria conseguido. Meu Deus, chutei aqui.
You must know how to read between the lines, Hastings. When Sir Carmichael refers to paternal affection, he is lying to himself. Read this engraving on the brooch. A dark dragon for an angel with glossy hair. These are the words of a lover, not a father. Lady Clark was not wrong.
What if Sir Carmichael had fallen in love with his secretary? That doesn't mean that she forced him to do so.
True, there are extenuating circumstances. She is a penniless orphan. But she is calculating. Just look how she avoided it when asked if she would have married Clark.
I see. You think she seduced Sir Carmichael for her own gain, and that now she is doing the same with his brother. Poirot, your world is a very dark place.
Do not get carried away, mon ami. We have another more important matter to settle.
Really?
Yes, would you believe that Miss Grey taught me something new? Let us now try and
Mas,
get our
meu
brain
Deus, outra
cells to
conquista.
work.
Mas deve fazer tanta conquista agora, que antes não tinha tudo isso. Há outras ligações entre os assassinos, os assassinatos. Tinha a meia, né? Se bem que a meia só teve em um lugar. Se bem que no terceiro falou de um vendedor de meias. No primeiro eu não lembro nada de meia. Mas no segundo tinha uma meia. A mãe da Beth estava chateada porque a filha nunca chegou a vestir o presente, uma caixa de meia. Só que não tá aqui o negócio do terceiro. Aqui. Tora Gray viu um vendedor na porta no dia do assassinato. Daqui é o terceiro e daqui é o segundo, agora é do primeiro. Objetos de valor, efeitos seré, uma caixa de meia. Eu não vi esse daqui. Não lembro dessa caixa de meia. Antes de cada assassinato, a vítima ou alguém próximo estava com a situação onde podiam comprar meias.
It's perfectly clear, Hastings, perfectly clear. Indeed, a stocking seller visited Andover, Bexhill and Churston on the day of each murder. We have our suspect. This should be of interest to Job.
Certo. Suspeito de sonhou ter assassinado Beth. Ligue para Jap. Tamo indo. As meias, exatamente.
Chief Inspector, we are looking for a stocking salesman.
I see you have a suspect.
Yes. Contact all the stocking wholesalers and
Todos
may
os
employ
vendedores de meia. Meu
Your
Deus.
suspect is a salesman?
them. No, he does not take orders. He sells door to door.
Right. The hunt is on.
Ok, então realmente a meia fazia algum sentido mesmo. Ah lá. É o Alexander.
Are you leaving, Mr. Cust?
Yes, I'm going to Cheltenham.
You shouldn't travel today. You don't look very well.
I have to. I have engagements. I must respect them.
Ou ele tá trabalhando pra alguém, né? Ou ele é o assassino e tá trabalhando pra alguém que é o assassino.
Can you get the post, Hastings?
And why don't you go and get it yourself?
Très bien. What's going on? I've never known Hastings to be so disagreeable.
Ah lá, o Hastings tá muito estranho. Colete a correspondência. Eu achei ele meio suspeito, né? Uma outra hora.
Poor Mr. Poirot. I'm quite sorry for you. If at first you don't succeed, try again. We've a long way to go still. Typery? No, that comes later. Letter T. The next little incident will take place in Doncaster on September 11th.
11 de setembro.
So long.
Meu Deus, que data, hein?
ABC. I should compare this letter with the one on my desk which I received earlier to see if it does indeed come from the same person.
Mano, coincidência nem de 11 de setembro. Durante a versão, você coletará miniaturas que ilustram o andamento do inquérito. Para consultar o andamento, volte ao menu principal e acesse a linha do tempo.
It
Aí,
is not the
rolei.
right time.
Compare a nova carta com os outros do ABC. E obviamente essa história foi escrita antes, né, do 11 de setembro. Mano, se a gente descobrir, ou pelo menos, ou achar, né, o... Eita, tá... Ah não, ufa, achei que tava bem ruim.
Let us examine this more closely.
Achar essa máquina de escrever
Certain characters in the two letters.
e descobrir
Yes,
que tá
this
falhando,
I-
né, a gente já pode ter uma noção de quem que
Yes,
tá escrevendo isso daqui,
the I
certeza.
characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects.
Tipo, aquele
I
cara,
have to find
o
some other
Alexander,
similar defects to confirm my theory.
ele não tinha, pelo menos pelo que mostrou ali no quadro dele, ele não tinha uma máquina de escrever, né?
It does,
Eu tô achando que
of course,
tem outra
the
pessoa
W.
mesmo. Ele só é
I
tipo
have
uma
to find
distração.
some other similar defects to confirm my theory.
Aí o A.
Yes, the A.
Tá igual
That's
sempre.
right. The A characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. My theory was right. These two letters were written with the same typewriter.
Cada vez tá com menos letras, né? Aparentemente.
Hastings, he strikes tomorrow. Chief Inspector Japp?
He's on another line.
Please, mademoiselle. It is from Hercule Poirot. Tell him ABC strikes tomorrow in Doncaster. He must call me back.
Very well,
Com
sir.
certeza é alguém que tenha o nome, né? O primeiro nome começa com D, o segundo
Now
com
I'm
D
going
também.
to see what I can find from these burnt documents. I've received the product I need. Hastings, if you do not mind, I would like you to take a few notes.
Yes, yes.
Se for esse negócio de nome aí, eu estaria fora da lista do assassino.
So, how are you getting on? I'm ready to take notes.
Tá, decifre os documentos queimados. Como é que a gente vai fazer isso?
If someone has tried to get rid of this document,
Oh, meu Deus.
So, how are you getting on? I'm ready.
Onde que eu faço esse negócio
It is
pra
not the
consertar? Findseloy. Tanto nome aqui na internet, tanto nome real. Né? Oh,
I lock my revolver in this drawer. I've not used it in a very long time.
revólver. Ih. ABCDF. Mas é nomes iguais, né? Seria tipo FF, né? Todos os nomes são AA, o BB, né? Primeiro nome A, segundo nome B. Segundo nome A também.
I do not need... I've finished with this subject.
Foi alguma coisa Asher, né? Anchor Asher. Bexhill. Não, Bexhill foi o nome da cidade. Enfim, deu pra entender, né? É Carmichael Clark. Tá, de novo isso daqui?
Hastings' photo album. He is very proud of his bag.
Hastings. Umas fotos de caça.
Churston, Devon. Population 500 inhabitants. Hourly of trains. London, Churston. Trains of evening. London,
Mano, onde que é o negócio? Eu tô perdido já. Como assim? Eu tô perdido numa sala que nem é tão grande. Como é que eu faço o negócio do papel? Nem pro Hastings me dar uma dica. E acabou que eu vou usar a dica, né, do jogo, na verdade.
I've finished with this subject.
Dá pra ligar o ventilador.
Ah, some cool hair.
Aqui?
Royal Mathematical and Statistical Society's Bulletin, September the 9th, 1935. The Alphabet Murder, a Methodical Madman. It's highly probable that the alphabet murderer will kill again. Could we possibly estimate the number of victims in his next crime? Yes, and it is easy. As soon as we know the ratio of towns, cities and villages whose names begin with a D and the ratio of English people whose names are spelled the same. On the one
Mano, uma
hand,
coisa que...
the ratio of towns, cities and villages in England with a name starting with D, and on the other hand, the ratio of English people with a name also starting with D. After this initial calculation, it is easy to deduce the likelihood of actually being murdered if you belong to the target population. Go to the last page to find our results and details on the calculations.
Mano, eu fico me perguntando, será mesmo que existe uma cidade de cada letra do alfabeto? Lá no Reino Unido, né? No Inglaterra.
August 31, 1935.
Que pode, será que tem uma falha aí nesse assassino?
Failure in ABC case. Sometimes,
Ou ele pula, né? Se não tem, ele pula.
Hastings faithful collaborator of the Belgian detective, knows something about it. 3 mornings in a row, he confided to us,
Será
the
que
cook
existe?
broke the egg yolks when preparing Poirot's breakfast. This apparently casual event has greatly disturbed my friend, to the point it breaks his concentration and slows his judgment. I also noticed his mustache, of which he is so proud, being duller than usual.
Poirot, I assure you I haven't
Conquista.
said any such thing to the journalists. They twist everything.
Fazer umas conquistas aleatórias aqui, mano. Espelho. Aqui, né, Ai, eu não peguei, né, a encomenda. Piadinha do livro.
Now, down to work.
Aí, agora vai.
All of this needs putting in order a little. This page will be reconstructed in a flash. This page is finished.
Que
That's
pequeno.
done. 3 more to go.
Certo. Ué, não é ali? Ué. Mentira que não é aqui. Ah tá, é assim. Ok, agora foi.
This page is finished. And that's 2 done.
Será que
It's
tem
easier than I thought.
no ABC? Eu não tenho ideia. Aqui. Aqui.
This page is finished. Only 1 more.
Tá tranquilo fazer esse negócio pelo menos, né? É um quebra-cabeça bem de leve.
This page is finished. All the pages are reconstructed.
Aí ele faz daí e mistura tudo, né? Tá, qual é que ele tinha que fazer mesmo?
A dry cloth.
Molha isso, né?
A bottle of solvent. A dry cloth.
Ok.
The cloth is now soaked with...
A gente coloca esse negócio em cima do... A gente tem que esfregar, né, no papel. Mas tudo junto, assim, os papéis? Não era bom eu ter feito
Got it.
separado?
Make a note, Hastings, make a note. Mrs. Alice Asher, shop owner in Andover. Tracheitis, hemoptysis, prescribed laudanum.
Um
I got
láudano.
it. Look,
Nossa, a gente jogou tanta amnésia, né? Láudano.
Poirot, where on earth did you find these files?
On a fire at the bottom of the garden at Comside.
All right, but where did the person who burned them find them?
A gente vai ter que perguntar pro jardineiro. Ler os documentos reconstruídos. É isso aqui? Não é esse aqui.
Poor Mr. Poirot.
Oh meu Deus, onde que tá esses documentos aqui, né?
Alice Asher, shopkeeper in Andover. Tracheitis, hemoptysis, chronic cough with loss of blood. Prescribed laudanum-based cough medicine.
Alice Asher. Deixa eu ouvir de
Alice
novo.
Asher, shopkeeper in Andover. Tracheitis, hemoptysis, chronic cough with loss of blood. Prescribed laudanum-based cough medicine.
Acho que todos eles são pacientes do doutor, né, que morreu. Do Carmichael Clark.
Betty Barnard, waitress in Bexhill. Chronic bronchitis causing dysphonia. Advised to stop smoking. Alexander Bonaparte Cust. War wounded, mustard gas and head trauma. Pulmonary emphysema. Hemoptysis. Coughing fits with blood.
Ah lá, o
Suffers
Alexander.
from absences and amnesia.
E amnésia.
Dick Dudley Dunbar, owner of the Black Swan
Por
Hotel
que
in Doncaster. Asthmatic, heart disease, heart condition.
Obviamente
Now
não tem o
try
do...
and get our brain cells to work.
Não tem o do Carmichael Clark, porque ele que é o do médico, né? De onde vieram os documentos queimados? Ok, registros médicos. Sofreu na garganta. Ué, não é isso? Recanto litorâneo. Ué. Nossa, buguei agora. De onde vieram os documentos queimados? Registros médicos do Sir Carmichael Clark foram consultados recentemente. Senhorita Asher... Aqui, beleza. Vem nos registros de paciente do Dr. Clark.
The burned documents are medical records and without a doubt they come from Clark's archives. First of all, because all the patients have throat conditions. And secondly, their name starts with either A, B, C or D, and it is precisely the files that match these letters that have been tampered with.
But why burn these files? How come the names of the 2 victims appear on them? And who are the 2 other patients?
These are very good questions.
O Alexander a gente só viu ali nas cutscenes, né? Não apareceu ainda. Alô?
Hello, Poirot?
Any news, Chief Inspector?
You wanted a stocking seller? We have one. Reported by his landlady who thought he was behaving suspiciously. He has the most unbelievable name.
Perguntaram o nome, Bonaparte, Alexander Bonaparte... Mano, será que é o Dick Dudley Dunbar?
Alexander Bonaparte Cust.
Yes, Alexander Bonaparte Cust.
A gente viu a cena dele com as meias.
Magical powers. It's a serious lead. I called Doncaster. A person matching
Ih,
Cust's
passou já.
description has been seen at the station. He got off the train from London, but after that, nobody knows where he went.
Ih, pra onde que ele foi? Eu não lembro agora. Hotel Black Swan, Doncaster. Ah, é. Toda a cidade. Eu esqueci. É, Black Swan, acho, né?
Look for him at the Black Swan Hotel.
What? How do you know he's there?
Trust me, Chief Inspector.
You appear to be very sure of yourself. Very well. I'll call the Black Swan straight away. The owner is going to get a shock when he learns that there's a murderer under his roof.
Encorajar, ligar para no lugar de Jep. Encorajar Jep.
Do your best, Jap.
You can count on me.
A gente podia ter ligado também, né?
Hastings,
Com o dono do
everything's
hotel.
at stake. With a little luck, our main suspect will soon be under lock and key.
Já?
So has Cust been arrested?
Yes, the Doncaster police are sending him by train.
That is good news. But why so gloomy, Chief Inspector?
Well, when I told the hotel owner that he was sheltering a murderer, he collapsed.
He's dead?
No, fortunately, but it has taken its toll on him. It has to be said that with his name starting with the letter D, he had every reason to fear Cust. I bet he was going to be the next victim.
Tranquilizar Jep e administrar saber sobre os registros médicos de Dunbar.
Come now, Chief Inspector. He's at the hospital and the doctors are taking good care of him.
You think
Nossa, ele
so?
tá mentindo,
Of
velho.
course. Do not feel down, Chief Inspector. Let us focus on our investigation.
While we're waiting to question Cust, we could search his room in London.
Where does he live?
The Marbury Guest House?
I'll see you there.
Yes, but start without me. First of all, I have to sort out a few details for Cust's transfer.
I understand. À bientôt. Hastings, we are making good progress. Please go and search the room of our number 1 suspect.
With pleasure. I did have a dentist appointment, but I'll cancel.
A dentist. So that is why you are so nervous and bad-tempered.
A visit to the dentist is never an enjoyable prospect.
But an unavoidable one. Go to your
Explica.
appointment, Hastings. I will manage on my own.
Ok.
To Marbury Guest House, please.
Mano, acho que não vai conseguir terminar hoje não, hein? Talvez esteja muito no final, né? Mas... já é 10 horas já, mano. Passou muito rápido. Agora que eu vi que tem o horário aqui no chat. No objetivo, vá à casa de hóspede de Marbury. Tá, vítima Dick Dunbar, dono do hotel Black Swan. Ele está na lista do assassino. Ele tem problema cardíaco. Eu não lembro de ter visto que ele tinha problema cardíaco.